What's going on, dudes? Welcome back to Hypermine MODSAUCE. Hopefully you guys are having a good day today. It's been a little while, man. I have been busy doing like work, and I've been focusing on some other series and things like that, and it's just been pretty nuts. But we are back today on the server as we get a giant lag spike, and we're gonna be doing some stuff today. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I think today our plan is to maybe take a look at Botania, man. I'm kind of interested in this mod, and I want to see what all it has to offer. So it seems in my absence I have been left to present a giant red apple. So I think I saw a chest back here behind it. Yes, what's the sign say? Thought you could use some apples. Drax. Oh my goodness, look at all these apples. So if you guys remember from the last episode, we were working on our growth craft farms here, and apple production was pretty slow. Now it has been a while, and the server has been running, so I've actually got quite a few apples in the system now. So we got just about 8,000 apples in here, plus whatever is in this chest. So let's see what the final number is after we stick all this in here. So it should be a lot of apples, man. I don't think we'll ever need apples anymore, ever. Let's see. Alright, so now we're up to 12k, and my guess is what? I'm gonna guess 14. About another 2,000 apples. Oh, I could be wrong. 15. 15,000 apples. That's a lot of apples, man. Yeah. And to be honest, I don't know if we'll ever use them, because this growth craft stuff, after messing around with it, it's a very involved process. Now as far as like the hops and the beer and the ale and different things like that go, I don't think we'll actually be doing that. And you can see over there I've got some of the process all set up to make the ale, but that is a little bit more difficult to automate, and it just doesn't really, it's not tickling my fancy, man. I'm not really into the whole growth craft thing. It was cool, it's a very beautiful mod, but as far as I guess being realistic, it just is not really worth it. So if we need it, we can make it, but I don't really care enough. And I thought I'd mention too real quick let's stick this in here. This thing, this is really cool. This is from Remote IO, and I know some people are having problems with it. I know Army and Drax both have one of these set up over there at their base, and it will disconnect itself, but I haven't had any problems. This is the only one that I've got set up. So basically this right here is linked up with my IMI controllers inside there. So these flashy little fancy looking dudes in there, this thing is connected directly to that wirelessly, and so now we can actually connect some of the IMI glass cable to this, and we can actually set up an interface here, so we can interact directly with our system all the way over there, which is pretty handy, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like I said, they've been having some issues with that, and I probably won't really go over that, because it's very easy to crash and corrupt your world if you're not real careful, like I did the first time. Yeah, sorry guys. That was been a little while ago, but we got that all taken care of. But yeah, so just know that is a thing, and there's probably a YouTube video out there on it somewhere, and you could probably find it. But anyways, we are going to be looking at Botania today, and I'm not exactly sure where to start with this whole thing. Hey Cal, I forgot he was up here. I need some dirt. What's going on? Oh, I had some gardens I think up here. I need some dirt. Some dirt. Let's see, I've got a terminal in here somewhere. There we go. And I have officially coined this place the lag pad. Because this place gives me really bad FPS problems, man. It's like really bad. Let's see, number of items. Let's do this one. Let's take some dirt, and we're gonna go fill this in over here. But yeah, so I'm thinking first things first, we probably need to make one of the Lexica Botanias, one of the books that come with Botania. So I think, let me see, let's see if we got one of these in our system. I'm not sure if we do. Lexica? Hey, there we go. We got two. Look at that. 149th edition, I think it said. Yep. There we go. So, oh, this has changed. Wow, this is much different than it was before. Basics and mechanics. An introductory clip. Play clip. What? For those readers who are not quite readers, a short video guide covering the basics of Botania is also available. To keep it in note, this guide acts as an aid and is not substitution for contents of Lexica Botania. Oh, okay. So if you click this, it opens up a web browser. That's pretty cool. Interesting. Okay, so we're not really going to play that. I don't really care enough. Let's just go back. Lexica Botania. The Lexica Botania is a repository of all knowledge for botany-related or botany-related matters. But you probably knew that already. All information is stored here as expected for convenience is a block. If a block happens to have an entry, it can be shift right click with Botania. Oh, okay, yeah. So I read about this. You can shift right click, and it'll open up the wiki for whatever block it's from, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, it's weird that that's the FTB wiki when this is from the AT launcher. I guess they kind of got all the rights to all the mods, don't they? But yeah, so let's take a look. We don't need that. I've already started a little bit, but the mystical flowers, we know what those are. We know what the petal apothecary is. The pure daisy, this is what converts the living wood and the living rock. So got that. Pure daisy, runic altar. Runic creation is rather important, complex advancement in botanical magics. First and foremost, though, the type of crafting requires a decent knowledge of mana manipulation. Before proceeding further, read through the important entries. Those in italics on the section of the Lexica Botania might prove enlightening. Okay, so... let's just take a look through here. I think Lexica Botania title, botany, yeah. Not real sure where we're going to start. So give me a minute. I'm going to kind of go through here and figure out what's a good starting place since we've already got some of the pure daisies. Let's see how many of these we got in here. Pure daisies. We've got 4 of these dudes. Altic, what are the petal apothecary? Petal? Petal? There we go. We'll take 2. I'm not sure if we'll need more than that. We probably really only need 1. But let's take some stone and some oak wood. So let's see, how much oak wood do I have? I've got a little bit. We should probably set up some sort of farm for basic oak wood logs. Also, I'm not sure if I told you, I can't remember from the last episode, it's been a little while, but I got rid of all the carpenter's blocks. Yeah, we talked about that. And then one of the other things I did, let's see if we can go down here. See, I got rid of all the coral, man. All that, like, the weird little colorful things from mariculture that were covering the bottom of the floor down here. I don't know if those were causing lag or not, but I got rid of them, and I think it looks much nicer. It's not quite as crazy looking under the sea. Under the sea. But it's looking pretty good. So, yeah, give me a minute. I'm going to get kind of set up, and then we'll figure out where to go, where to start. Okay. Let's get up over here. We are going to head back up here. I'll show you what I got going on. So we've got kind of a basic setup here for the pure daisies. Now with these guys, they convert oak and stone into living wood and living rock. Now it takes a little while to do all this. I've done this before because I wanted to start on Botania a while back, but I just never really got around to it. So this is the setup that I come up with. Cow, you mess things up. We're going to have problems, man. You and me, right now. I'll knock you off of here. I ain't kidding. But yeah, so this will take a little while. This will eventually convert into living stone and living rock, which are, or backwards, whichever, living wood and living rock. I don't know. But pretty cool deal, right? So the next thing I think that we are looking at, I was also trying to automate this somehow to get this to always be full of water, but it just doesn't seem to want to work. And we actually have to manually do it with a bucket. No big deal. Kind of frustrating, but no big deal. I'm sure there's a way, but I don't know. But yeah, so looking through here, we are going to need to start making mana. So, I think the first things, probably one of the first things we're going to need, and I'm not sure if I'm going in order really here, but mana manipulation, mana pool, we're going to need to make a couple of different ones of these. Now this thing, hey, there it goes, look. I think it's supposed to do it again since we're on a server. So if we give it just a second, it'll start to go again. Or maybe it's ready. Look how fast it's going. It's so fast. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm not sure. If we harvest this. Yeah, I just gave us stone back. So it's got to see how it's popping again. Something to do with the desync of the client and the server. It's kind of an issue. We should see all of these do that one more time. I don't know. Kind of interesting. Kind of strange, but whatever. Excuse me. But yeah. This thing, the diluted mana pool, this stores liquid mana, I guess, is what it is. And as soon as we make this, we pretty much have to upgrade it to the actual mana pool, not the diluted one, because this one doesn't hold very much mana. So that's something we got to get into. Mana spreader is something that we're going to need, and let's see what the recipe is on this. So we're going to need mystical magenta petal, not pillow. Some gold and some living wood. So it looks like right now I just need to kind of farm some of these blocks here. So if we harvest this now, it should give us, yeah, so we got some living rock, and we're good to go. So if we do this, I should really use an exchanger for this. I think that would be a lot faster, but with this, it's no big deal. No big deal at all. So let's do this, and we'll use our builder's wand, or whatever this is called, like so, and like that. So now we can actually work on collecting a little bit more of this stuff, because this is not going to last us for very long. And the next thing we need to look at is the flowers, generating flora, the day bloom. This is what we're going to need, right? So these flowers, they generate mana with the power of the sun. Not a lot of mana, but enough. And so for these, we're going to need some mystical flowers, different colored petals. So we got some blue, some orange, and 2 yellow will make a day bloom, right? And I believe there's also one, let's see if I can find it. There's one that does it at night. Nightshade. This guy, so it's just black petals, gray petal, and a purple petal. And that will generate flora, or generate mana at nighttime, so we can have a constant supply of mana being generated, and eventually we can get into some flowers and make more mana, and we can kind of figure out where to go from there. But I guess for now, I need to go collect some mystical flowers, man. I need to go pick some daisies and run through some fields of flowers. But luckily, I think it was Drax or somebody gave me one of these things a long time ago. As Slip calls it, the horny horn of horniness. What is this called? This thing, Horn of the Wild. Now, if you haven't seen this thing, I think we used this back when we were trying to, I was looking for Pam's Harvest Craft plants. You gonna load for me, please? We were looking for tomatoes or something, but this guy is really awesome. So like all these little plants and stuff that are growing out of the ground, if we hold this horn, it will break everything in its path. And I think most of these hills are probably clear, because this is, I think, where I was to begin with. So yeah, this is pretty cool, man. I'm going to be doing this for a little while. Hopefully my inventory doesn't get too clogged. And we'll be back in just a little bit. It's so cool. Okay, so we're back from our flower picking journey. And I'm back over here. I started messing around a little bit with this guy. Took me a minute to figure out what's going on here. But for this, we need seeds. So basically right now we're going to be creating the day bloom. So as you can see floating around in there, we have 2 yellow petals, 1 orange petal, and 1 light blue petal. Now if we throw a seed in, it should give us a day bloom out of this, I believe. So we toss this in. Perfect. I love that noise. It's like the perfect crash. And now we can do that like that. And this is creating mana. Though we can't see it yet, we actually need to make a wand of the forest, I think it's called, I believe. Let's get our Lexica Botania out again. We'll go back. Wand of the forest, yeah. The wand of the forest, this wand is effectively strapping a pair of mystical flowers any color to a few living wood twigs. This requires a very good amount of tasking. Yes. And where is it here? So we need a living wood twig. Shift, click for recipe. Okay, so it's just 2 logs like that, no big deal. And we should be good to go. So let's take some of this living wood. I've got a little bit. Oh, and I also found out too, check this out. We can use jungle wood for this. We don't have to use oak wood. So it can be, I think, any type of the vanilla wood, and it should work. Which is super handy, because I don't have much oak wood, but I have like copious amounts of jungle wood from our big jungle wood tree farm thing over there on the other side of the halo. So that is super handy. We don't have to worry about that for right now. That should last us quite a long time. So let's make a few of these like that, and we are going to make a lime green and cyan colored wand, right? Now if we do this, we do that like so, and we should probably make a crafting table. just so we have one up here. Let's do this and do that so everything will stay in it. We'll plop that down right there. So if we do like so, this should give us the wand of the forest. Like that. Do we want green on the side? How do we want this? We'll do green on the bottom. Yeah, like that. So now with this guy, we can actually see how much mana is in here. So unknown status. So that little yellow bar, that means it is full of mana. Right, so now we have to get the mana out of the flower and into a mana pool. So let's go back here. We need to mana manipulation, mana pool. This guy, so it's just 5 living rock, kind of in the shape of an upside down helmet. So I got a little bit of the living rock in here. We'll take this and we'll go like so, and that's going to give us a diluted mana pool. Right, so now what else? I think we need the mana spreader. Let's see how we make that thing. Mana manipulation, mana spreader. Now holding the wand of the forest. Oh, okay, hold on. Shift click on the wand of the forest can orient to the opposite of where it was clicked. It can be pointed at other blocks with the wand of the forest in bind mode. Okay, so we basically have to aim this mana spreader at the mana pool, and we should be good to go. If the target spreader is in the back, contain mana, it is in full, mana spreader will fire a mana burst which will travel to the target and pass mana along to it. The spreader only fires one burst at once. It'll fire all together with the last one hits a target. Okay, furthermore, whatever. Let's see how we make this. So we need any color petal, 1 gold ingot, and 6 living wood. So let's go grab some gold. Now I'm just gonna grab a stack of gold. I don't know how necessary it is to have a whole bunch of gold over here. I don't know how fast we're gonna be going through it, but we'll just take a stack over there. So we got plenty, not to worry. Let's get up and over. I need a better way to get over here. I need to make some of those little jumpy block things from Ender.io. We'll see about doing that maybe soon. Okay, so gold, like so, and then like this. Okay, cool. So let's make a couple of these. Like that. And we need another petal in here. Perfect. Okay, so now we should probably go ahead and make a few more day blooms too. Let me do that. Let me craft those up and I'll be right back. What do you think, Cal? We got it all set up, man. It's working pretty good. So basically what's going on here, it took me a little while to figure out how to set this thing up because I did not remember that we actually had to shift right click on this thing with our wand of the forest and link it up to this. I thought it was just going to automatically spit it in here, but that's not the case. So you can see right here our day blooms, now that they are set down, they have no mana in them at all, right? So the mana that they create is automatically sucked into this mana spreader here. As long as this block is in the vicinity of these flowers, it should, I'm not sure what the distance is, but it should just take all the mana that these guys produce, and just right there you saw it spit the mana into this diluted mana pool. So you can see just how big these things are. This thing holds a ton of mana, man. So it's been going maybe for like 5 minutes right now, and that's all it's got. And this is a tiny mana pool. Once we get the mana pool, the next upgraded version of this, it holds, I think, a lot more than this. So I'm kind of curious to see how much it's actually going to hold. But yes, we got these going. So now we are creating mana during the day, and I would like to be able to make mana during the night. While the moon is coming up, I think this is the perfect time to do this. So it's basically the same idea. We need our bucket. Let's see, we'll fill it up with some water. We'll throw it in here. Come on, there we go. And then we are going to take our black petals, like that, our gray petals, and then our purple petals. And we should do something like this. Let's get our seeds out as well. And we'll go black, gray, purple, seed, right? Water, black, gray, purple, seed. This thing is crazy tedious. Black, gray, purple, seed, bucket, water, black, gray, purple, seed. Yeah, so you get the picture. This is basically what we have to do for each one of these, and I don't know. There we go, like that. So yeah, let me finish doing these. I'll get these guys set down, planted up, and we'll come back. Okay, so we got the flowers all planted up, and they are working rather nicely. So it looks like we're generating this isn't taking too long to fill, but this operation is actually pretty slow. So a lot of patience with Botania, it seems, and I think we can actually get into like, once we can start making like better flowers and things like that, I think we can increase our mana production like tenfold. I'm hoping, because right now it's a little slow. But the first thing I want to do is upgrade our mana pool. So if we come back, let's go back into this mana manipulation, mana pool. Basically, we just need to throw a diluted mana pool into a diluted mana pool, and that will give us an actual mana pool. So it's saying zoom. I don't know what that means. I don't know, but yeah, so we can actually upgrade that, and we're gonna find out. We're gonna make a mana pool right now, a diluted mana pool, and see if we can actually upgrade it, if we have enough mana yet to upgrade this into the normal mana pool. It looks like we do. So you can see that cool little check mark thing that was going on there. So basically we can just take this guy, we can replace it with the mana pool. Now you can see it's a little bit whiter, then it's not so like blue tinted. And I don't know, do we have to re-aim this thing? Spreader, mana pool, okay, accepting from mana from items. So I think this guy takes a lot longer to fill up. So we'll leave that guy there, let it do its thing. Now do we have any mana left in this one? I'm not sure if it stays or if it goes. Yeah, it looks like it's empty, so no big deal there. Let's just go ahead and chuck this back in there. We don't need it no more. And let's see, I just need to kind of clear my inventory here, regather my thoughts. Let's see, what else can we make, man? Flower, functional flora, daffodil. The daffodil works as a fan of sorts. It pushes the cost a small amount of mana any item in front of it. Shift right click with the wand of the forest changes the orientation. Okay, so that could be kind of cool. There's apparently like a lot of stuff in here. Hopperhawk. The hawker, what it will pick up items around it, giving the mana pool. Giving it mana is optional, but it'll increase its range. Okay, so items picked up will be put in adjacent inventories. AG chest, placing item frames in the inventory will specify what items can go in front of it. Oh, that's kind of interesting. Any inventory, as long as the item frame is adjacent to it, except items and is labeled inventories will pick up priority. The rule using to sort items can change. Shift right click with the flower. Okay, so that's kind of cool. Ew. Okay, so now we need runes. Okay, this is where things get interesting. Let's take back a look in our book. We need a thing called a runic altar, I believe. Redstone mana spreader, mana detector, mana distributor. Where is this? Sparks? Sparks are interesting entities created from a combination of raw energy of mana, the ability to place on top a few specific mana containing or accepting blocks, mainly mana pools. Some blocks have the ability to harness mana from sparks, so use them as seen rather limited now. Placing a spark on top of a mana pool and another on top of the block can accept will allow it to ladder to remotely access the reservoirs of the mana pool when needed. Okay, so that's kind of like remote access to a spark. That's kind of cool looking. Okay, so we can get the pink petals and we can make mana petals by throwing the petals into a mana pool. Okay, so we know that. Now, where is this thing? Basics of runic altar, here we go. Before proceeding further, you need to read through the important entries of those in italics. Okay, got it. In order to create these one would require a runic altar. To utilize the runic altar, start by clicking via into the right click, simply tossing the components into the room. Okay, got it. So now we need a mana pearl or a mana diamond and some living rock. Right. And from watching people's videos, I know how to create mana pearls and mana diamonds. We just need to throw it into the mana pool, and hopefully we have enough mana stored up in the pool already. I doubt we do, but we're about to find out. Let's see. Yeah, so this is probably going to take a little bit of time to harvest up all the mana that we need. So I think I don't know. Maybe we need to work on a way to automate this stuff because it seems like we're probably going to need quite a bit of living wood and living rock. So let me have a think on this for a second and I'll be right back. Oh no, cow! Oh, okay, you're good. You okay? I think he's good. Alright, so I ended up making quite a few more flowers. I think I made like another 8 of each. And I gotta say, dude, this is a long process collecting mana. So you can see, where's my wand go? It's in there. Nice flyby. Did you see that? Set over here, you can actually see, look how much mana is in there. Barely, just a little bitty nudge on the left-hand side of that bar. That is crazy. This thing holds a super amount of mana. In comparison to the last one, remember we like a couple minutes and it was already up like I think halfway of that first bar. That is crazy. But we do have enough mana in here now to make a mana pearl. So we'll go ahead and toss this on there. We got that, and now we can make the runic altar. So that is good news. Let's try this out. So take this and we do it like this, I believe, right? That'll give us the runic altar. Okay. And now we should be able to set this thing. Let's just put it right there. Now I think we can click things on this. Whoop. Yeah, check it out. Floating bucket. Floating bucket. Okay. Botania. Lexica Botania. Where'd you go? I keep putting this thing in here and I don't mean to. Okay, so runic altar. Now we need to make the 4 elements. The immediate runes are named after the 4 seasons, and the most advanced runes are the 7 deadly sins. Okay, a separate rune of mana also exists. Runic altar, a lot of reading with this mod, so that's kind of crazy. So we need some mana steel. How do we do that? A block of iron. Oh, okay. Wow, that takes a lot of mana. Holy cow. So a block of iron uses more than one quarter of the amount of mana that we have in our pool. That is crazy. Mana pool. Okay, we can do all the flowers. Oh, mana cookie? Pretty great food. Interesting. We'll have to make some mana cookies or something. I don't know. Yeah, so it looks like right now we basically just need to work on collecting mana. So this is kind of crazy. This is taking a long time. Let's try, just real quick before we leave, let's try to make one of these. There's a flower, I believe is called Mystical Flowers. No. Let's back up one more. Generating Flora. An Endoflame. While the Daybloom is all well and good, the botanist requires a more effective means of generating mana. The Endoflame does that exactly. It will absorb any combustible item or blocks dropped on the nearby vicinity, albeit one at a time, and burn through them passively, generating mana while the fuel lasts. So basically, with this flower, what do we need? A brown mana petal, a red mana petal. Okay. So we need red, brown, light gray, and that's it. Alright, so red, brown, light gray. Is that light gray? That's light gray. And that should be it, right? Red, brown, light gray. Perfect. So let's do this. Do this. Go ahead and move this stuff up. Like that. So we only need, I think. We'll find out. So it looks like we have enough mana in here to make pearls. Or the flowers. Now we don't have enough to make a second one. That is crazy. This thing has been running for like 10 minutes or more. There's not enough in here. Sparing mana to items. Accepting mana from items. Oh, okay, so now it's accepting mana. Do we have enough now? No, dang it. More waiting, man. This is a waiting game for reals. Yeah, so I guess we're gonna probably make this flower and then we'll wrap up today's episode. And yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna sit here and wait for this mana pool to fill back up so we can make one more mana petal. And we'll see how long that takes. You can call me Flower if you want to. I don't know how many of you guys will get that reference. I don't know, maybe that's gonna make me feel old. You should remember that one from your childhood, though. Yeah, so this took a bejesus amount of time, man. So we finally got our mana petals here. We've got everything we need. Now I need to look back in the book and see which one they were. So we've got red and brown, light gray, brown, and red. Okay, so we should be good to go. Let's fill this up with water. We are going to take our mana petals like so. Alright, so we need one brown, one red, mana, seed. What am I missing here? Oh, we need the gray one. Gray, seed. Yes! Okay, we got it. Indo Flame. Okay, so maybe we should make another mana spreader. We got another one, right? Let's put this one. Yeah, here we go. Let's take this. Oh, we're actually, I want to make this thing too. Let's see how we make this. I believe it's just like this. No. What is this thing called? We gotta figure this out. This is some Armitage showed me a long time ago, and this thing looks really handy. So let's take. Where is it? Where? Is it in this one? No. Mystical items. Open crate. This guy. This is amazing. Living wood planks. Oh, we gotta craft these into planks. We can craft these into planks? I didn't know that. We do this. There we go. Let's just make a couple of those. And this is going to help us out quite a bit. So we got this open crate. Now we need to run back over here and grab a normal vanilla hopper, which I believe I have some. Hopper. There we go. I apologize too if my mic sounds kind of funny. I was watching back the video that I had so far, and I noticed some popping, like from my P's. Like the pop filter wasn't working. I think I had my microphone just a little bit too close, so I moved it a little bit further away, and hopefully it's not as bad now. So let's take, we're going to set this up right here. Hopefully that's not too far away from everything. We're going to take our open crate, and then we'll put our hopper into the side of this like so. And then we will take our Indo Flame and put it right there. It should work out perfectly. Now let's see, is this gonna make it? This might be too far away. We'll find out. So let's take some jungle wood. I believe this will work. Actually, let's take a little bit of oak wood. Might as well. And now we should be able to throw this right on top of this flower. And we'll see. Is it creating? Is it working? Let's see. Video settings, particles, animations, all on. It is not doing anything. I wonder why. Maybe it's too far away. Let's find out. Give me this guy back. It might just be that it's too far away, so we'll find out. Now if we throw this on there, like so. Does it just not work with... Oh, there it goes. Yeah, so it must have just been too far away. But yeah, you can see this guy is really filling up rather quickly with this Indo Flame. I think. Okay, so it's already out. Now the problem with this is it only cooks one thing at a time. And let's see, how long does it take for this thing to cook? Or for it to suck it up? I guess it got one there, didn't it? But yeah, so it's not actually, whoops, it's not actually going to process each one of these planks of wood or logs of wood until it finishes with the first one. So you see the little particle effects on the top of the flower? Oh, that time it sucked up too. I wonder what's up with that, man. Yeah, look at this guy go. That thing creates a lot of mana, man. This thing is still almost completely empty though, so that is pretty cool. Now let's do this. This is what I wanted to do with the open crate, and this guy. Let's put a log on top of you like that. We'll put this open crate. You know, I guess we could have done this further. That's why I grabbed that other mana spreader, but whatever. We're already here. It doesn't matter now. So yeah, basically with this guy, this thing it works like a vanilla dropper, but it's much, much better. It drops things directly down. It doesn't spit it out to the side or anything crazy like that. So now if we take a couple of pieces of wood, I don't want to put too many in there because they'll despawn, but if we throw in 4 pieces of wood, you'll see that the hopper will transfer it into the open crate, and this guy will drop it directly on top of this flower. Okay, so now it's going to throw all that mana into this spreader and into this pool. So how cool is that, man? We are generating mana. This is a good step to the future. So I'm definitely excited to play around with this mod and see what all it has to offer. I know this is kind of one of the bigger mods in this pack, so it'll be interesting to see how far we can actually get with it and what all we can do with it in the end. But anyways, that's going to do it for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. A lot of reading, a lot of patience involved with Botania, so if you're going to mess with it, keep that in mind. But it does look really cool. Say goodbye, flower. I guess that was a goodbye. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button for me down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to go check out the new series on the Build Pack server, man. I'm having a blast with that. You can check out the first episode. If I haven't released another episode by the time this video goes out, you can check out the first episode I did with Slip, Joe Tato, and Zueljin. Had a lot of fun over there, and it's going to be an awesome series to watch, so make sure you go check that out. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time, alright? Peace.